listen up. Y'all, it's the queen of automation, Meghan Donnelly, here to give you inspiration. Founders and business owners gather round. I'ma show you how to build systems that'll astound. Streamline your processes, no need for complication.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Queen of Automation podcast. I'm your host, Meghan Donnelly. On this podcast, we talk about all things AI, technology, operations, automation, all the things that in your life and your business are only good when they work. And hopefully we help you make them work. Today is one of my favorite topics because it happens to be one of my favorite times of year. I absolutely love the holidays. But with the holidays comes the stress. The stress of the presents, the stress of the sales, the stress of your families, and the stress of your business. And how do you get your time back? How do you take time off during the holidays without freaking out and worrying about, oh man, is my business still going to be there? All the things that you're missing while you're away, trying to enjoy the holidays, and then you don't actually enjoy them because you're too stressed out about the business. Well, here's what we're going to do today. For anyone who feels like December is personally attacking them, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. You don't need 30 days to get your time back. You need 2 weeks. 2 weeks to stop drowning in your busy work and get out from under the scramble of the end of the year. 2 weeks to set yourself up so you can actually take time off and enjoy the holidays and do whatever you want to do and not be stuck inside the business or worrying about the business. So in this episode, we're going to talk about exactly how you do that. I'm going to show you some tricks of the trade, and we're going to talk about all the things that really stress people out in their businesses during the holidays and the operations of running a business during the holidays. So here's the real December problem. December has this personality. It's this personality of, I'm going to give you a full year of stress in 3 weeks. Good luck to you. Peace out. You're trying to wrap the end of the year things up. Everyone's behind. Everyone's exhausted. Everyone wants to take time off for the holidays. And guess what? You're pretending you're fine while you're freaking out behind the scenes, drinking caffeine, drinking Red Bull, doing whatever you need to do to keep up. Your inbox is a mess. The projects that you swore you would finish in August are still sitting there quietly judging you. And the thing that you want most, time off, feels impossible. Because you're thinking in your brain, if I step away, everything breaks. If I take a week off, I'm just creating a mess to come back to. If I don't respond right now, people will panic. Oh my God, or both. I'm going to come back to a mess and they're going to panic. Then what? This is the headspace of almost every SMB founder, leader, and operator. And it's exactly why you feel like you're running out of time every year. Here's the honest truth. You don't need more time. You need to stop doing the same things over and over again manually. You don't have a December problem. You have a repetition problem. Here's where your shift should happen, okay? This is the shift, the mindset that changes everything. Not more hours, fewer manual tasks. Because when you're repeating the same micro tasks all day long, it's not the tasks themselves that kill you, it's the mental load. I call this context switching. Those tiny little switching between projects, switching between, other people call it multitasking, right? It doesn't exist. Context switching means your brain is switching between contexts. It's switching between all of the different things. And if you're bouncing from one task to the next task, from one project to the next project, your brain is never actually catching up. And usually it's all the low value work that stacks up until it becomes an entire day of how the hell did I get into this situation? How the heck did I not get anything done today? So something that I always tell people, and I'm going to say it again, automation is not about being fancy. It's not about replacing people. It's not about building some crazy robotic empire, which that's not what anyone needs. It's about getting back hours that you lose to tasks you shouldn't be doing in the first place. Things like sending the same email responses, updating the same spreadsheet, manually assigning tasks, following up with people, moving information from one tool to another tool, repeating the same process every week, every day, every month, fixing the same mistakes over and over. That's my favorite one to get rid of. Those tiny tasks, the ones you barely think about, those are the things that are eating away at your time. The wild part, you could clear all of this up. You could automate most of them in one afternoon. But your brain is so busy firefighting right now that you don't even know what to do. You don't know what step to take next, where to start. You don't have room to breathe. So here's what we're going to do. This is your 2-week reset. Let's walk through this. In week 1, you're going to find your time thieves. These are the things that you repeat constantly over and over and over again. For 7 days, I want you to pay attention to one thing, okay? Pick a task that you do over and over and over and over again. This is usually not the big stuff. It's not the strategic stuff. It's not the, necessarily the move the business forward stuff. It is I only do this once a quarter, but I do it all quarter long, and I repeat the same thing over and over and over and over and over again every day. They're like daily and weekly energy sucking vampires. Yes, vampires. They suck the life out of you. The things that interrupt you, the things you hate doing, they steal your focus. And frankly, let's be honest, a robot could do it better. AI, automation, all of these things could do this better than you. Why? Because it doesn't hate it. It doesn't care. It doesn't have feelings. You hate it. You loathe it. You have feelings. Therefore, it's going to take longer for you to do it. By the end of week 1, you should have at least a list of like 5 tasks, not 50, not everything in your business. I want you to focus on 5 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 a day. Boom, boom, boom. So every day you focus on one task that you are doing over and over and over again. And you're doing it the same way every single freaking time. By the way, these are the boring things, okay? It's usually the really annoying, boring things that you roll your eyes at, that you have to put on like music to listen to because they're so boring and repetitive that you hate them. And if I were to say to you that you never had to do this task again, you would probably hug me and we would be best friends because that's how much you hate doing this thing. Okay? So that's week 1. 1 task a day for 7 days, but you're only going to stick with 5 tasks. So even though you're doing 7 days, you still only want to focus on 5 things. Because if you do more than 5, it's going to be too overwhelming. That's week 1. All right, here we go. Week 2 is automation time. We're not automating all 5 at once. This is not a complete systems overhaul. You're going to pick 2 out of those 5 tasks, the top 2. Put them in a list, rank them by revenue generating, rank them as the most important to the least important within your business right now, today, not 5 years from now, not 2 years ago, right now, today. Which of these 5 things is the most important? Right now, today, which of these 5 things is the second most important? That's it. Everything else, I don't care if you throw it in the trash. I don't care what you do with it. Don't throw it in the trash. But only focus on those top 2. Okay? Usually the best rule of thumb is to take the thing that takes the most time or the thing that interrupts you the most, right? The thing that you hate with all your soul because it interrupts you all the freaking time whenever you're focused on something else. Get rid of that one first because that is a time sucker and it's awful. All right. So now that we've got our 2 things, we're going to build a super simple workflow. Okay? Very, very simple. You can probably automate it with whatever you have right now. And the magic part is when you automate the top 2 things, you immediately free up hours. This is not like something that future Meghan is going to free up hours. This is like instantaneous. You are going to see probably 3 to 5 hours back. Seriously. People don't realize how much these little repeatable, annoying, eye-rolling tasks, they don't realize how much they add up until they're gone. So for most people, automating just these 2 tasks gives them, like I said, 3 to 5 hours back a week. That's a huge reset. Huge. 5 hours. It doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're coming up along like the holidays, right? And you're trying to wrap up the year, what would you do with 5 hours? You would go holiday shopping. You would go out to lunch. You would enjoy the time with your family. You would enjoy time with friends. You would literally sit in a room and do nothing. Read a book, drink some coffee. You can do whatever the heck you want. 5 hours is almost a full workday. If you work a full 8 or 10 hours a day, that's half a workday that you could do whatever you want. Now, I told you to just start with 2. Imagine if you did all 5. Now you're up to 10 hours. Crazy, right? All right. The big takeaway, don't burn yourself out to finish the year. You need 2 weeks. Week 1, you find the repeatable tasks. Week 2, you automate the 2 biggest ones. That's it. Find the tasks, pick 2, automate or eliminate or delegate. Done. Let's make December your easiest year. And let's make next year even smarter, because now that you have eliminated these tasks, guess what? They're gone. So when next year rolls around, you get rid of something else. I love doing this every December because I have 4 kids to shop for, and grandparents, and my significant other, and all of these people in my life. And I love the holidays so much. I love all of the special drinks at Starbucks. I love all of the holiday parties. I like, you know what, even a good pub crawl is sometimes fun. Dressed up as, like the Santa onesies, like all of the crazy fun stuff. I love the holidays. What I don't love about the holidays is freaking out and spiraling that if I step away for 2 weeks, my business is going to explode. So guess what? About 4 years ago, I stopped doing that. I started living my life, and I started doing this same exact process in my business. And it's crazy the amount of time I get back. And what's even crazier is every year, you'll end up building back those stupid tasks because you'll replace them with something else. I think it's just our human nature to replace shitty tasks with more shitty tasks. So I highly encourage you to do this. And I would absolutely love to hear from everyone what they chose to eliminate and how well it went. 2 weeks, guys, 2 weeks. And literally, you could probably do this for like 5 minutes a day. You find the task, you pick the tasks, you automate the 2 biggest ones. Super easy. And actually, what did I say? Automate, eliminate, or delegate. You don't have to automate them. You can hand them off to a person. That's also automating it, as long as you are physically not doing this thing that is sucking the life out of you. That's it. Happy holidays, and we will see you next week. And remember, operations, systems, processes, AI, technology, automation, all of these things are only good when they work, and we're here to help you make them work. Bye, everybody.